Good morning, dear students. This is Rajalakshmi, Biology Faculty, DAV High School, SDS TPS, AP Genco, Nelatur. I welcome you all to the sixth part of the lesson, Transportation, the Circulatory System. Dear children, in this session, I would discuss about transportation within the plants. In the previous sessions, we have discussed that there is a vast transport system which continuously supplies nutrients, oxygen across the animal body. But do you think, is there anything such type of circulatory system that circulates the nutrients among the plants also? In the previous classes, you have learned that von Helmont experiment on plants where water contains minerals required for the plant growth. These essential minerals and materials are transported and supplied to every part of the plant within the help of vascular bundles which have xylem and phloem. In the roots, the xylem is present towards exterior while in the stem it is present in the center. Now, we shall think about how water is absorbed into the plant body. All of you know that roots absorb the water and minerals from the soil. Then, what is the mechanism behind this? Are the roots directly in contact with the water? How is water absorbed? Let us find out the answers for these questions by performing and understanding an activity. To perform this activity, you need to germinate bajra seeds or mustard seeds and examine some mustard seedlings which have been grown on a wet filter paper. Observe the mass of the fine threads coming from the seeds by hand lengths. These are roots. And not only that, they have fine microscopic structures called root hairs. These root hairs through which water enters the plant body. After that, gently squash a portion of the root hair between the slides and cover it with a cover slip in a drop of water and examine it under the microscope. You can note that you can observe thin walls of root hairs. On microscopic observation of the root hairs, you can observe thin-walled cells which are present in the root hairs. They carry the water from cell to cell. As they carry the water from cell to cell, water gets entered into the xylem vessels through a process called osmosis. So even though you observe the root hair cells, it's not completely understood how the water is passing inwards across the root hair cells. Every living cell acts as an osmotic system where the cytoplasmic lining of the cell wall acts as a semi-permeable membrane. If you observe the figure here, you can observe that the root hair penetrates into the spaces which are present in the soil particles. And the root hairs are surrounded by moisture. Moisture means nothing but water molecules. The soil water is extremely dilute solution of salts. So, the soil water concentration is more dilute than the cell sap which is present in the root hairs. So, therefore, the water will pass into the vacuole of the root hair by the process of osmosis. So, this process we have already learned in the previous class in the chapter moving of substances through plasma membrane. The entry of the water dilutes the contents of the root hair and it becomes more dilute than the neighboring cell. So as a result, the water passes into the neighboring cell which in turn becomes diluted. So finally, water enters the xylem vessel. So as there are vast number of root hairs and root cells involved in this process, a type of pressure is developed in the xylem vessels which forces the water to move in the upward direction. This total pressure is nothing but the root pressure. So, such type of pressure exerted by the movement of water molecules in the xylem vessels is called root pressure. But children, only root pressure is not the main cause of the movement of water in the xylem, but it is only one of the factors. The other factors are also there which you can discuss in the higher classes. To understand about the root pressure, let us perform an activity. So in this activity, we need to take a regularly watered potted plant and cut the stem portion 1 cm above the ground level. Then you need to connect a glass tube by a means of strong rubber tube as shown in the picture here. The size of the glass tube should be equal to the size of the stem. So you need to take care when you are joining the tube and the stem, and it should be bound very tightly so that water cannot escape out from the tube. Now pour some water in the glass tube until the water level can be seen above the rubber tube in the glass tube. That you have to mark as M1 and keep your arrangement for a side for 2 to 3 hours. Then after 2 to 3 hours, whatever the water level is there, you need to mark it as M2. So children, you find that there is an increase in the water level. So as there is an increase in the water level, the difference between the two readings will give you the level of water which is raised in the stem. So the water rises up due to the root pressure which is exerted by the movement of water molecules in the root hairs. So by this you can understand how the water is moving in the xylem vessels while it is transported from the root hairs to the other parts of the plant body. Children, we will meet in the next session and know about how the mineral salts and food is transported through the plant. Thank you.